Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Next on Deck. It's me, the GREG, the former champion, joined, of course, by my forever rival, Trick
Yeah.
Matty. What is going on, Matt?
What is up, y'all? Happier than last month than yesterday. I didn't have as hectic a day at work, but it was still a long day at work. It's storming here in Kentucky. Tornado sirens just turned off, so I ain't gonna get blown away just yet. Not yet. So, but I'm having a good day. Happy it's Tuesday. My favorite day of the wrestling week is NXT. Time to see what my children are about to do, what HBK is about to do. Shout out HBK. Trying to wear a wrestling shirt every day of the week. So, I had to go WrestleMania 10 ladder match.
Not a bad pick. We're on time today. Yeah, I know. Surprise. Cookies, yeah, brother. Hold on to that thing real tight, because that's gonna be a rough weekend for you, man. It's gonna be a rough weekend. Jesus. Yeah, so we're gonna talk Raw. We're gonna talk the preview for NXT tonight, and we're gonna get a little bit of news that happened overnight. Right around the time I think that Raw finished up, there were details of mass releases from AEW.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if there's ever been like a large amount of cuts from AEW before. Like they don't usually cut anybody. You just let contracts expire and then they, just don't pick you back up. But they got rid of 10 people last night.
Great.
And I'm pulling the list up now. It was most of the names, I hate to say it like this. It kind of makes sense, people that weren't on TV that much,
right?
They didn't really have a lot going for them at the moment. But it's still just kind of shocking, just because that's just not usually how AEW does things. And that's the. I mean, were you shocked when you saw anything about it, Matt?
Yeah, it was out of nowhere. It was like literally, we were in the middle of Raw when you told us they were going to be releasing folks, and it was like, huh? Why are y'all just randomly releasing people on a Monday night? But I guess it was definitely shocking, because I honestly didn't think they would ever get rid of folks. They just keep people. But apparently they have decided that if your contract ran out and they didn't see like there was nothing they wanted to do anything else with you, they just let you go. So everybody's contracts. Did they just get fired, or was some of them like fired, or was some of them like, oh, your contract is up and we're just not going to
These were releases, so these
were like fired folks.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Parker, I knew Parker wasn't no. He wasn't no.
What's going on, Cam? What's going on, brother?
I knew he was fired.
Yeah, that's one that I
was like, oh, you got fired again? Because we have always fired you. Like, we've accidentally fired Parker like 4 times.
Yeah, no straight up releases. It really was a shocking thing. Yeah, Parker Boudreaux, formerly Joe Gacy's right-hand man for a little while. What was his name? Harmon, when he was with Gacy, or Harold, or something like that. Yeah, WWE looked at him as like the next Brock Lesnar, this big, giant, tattooed, blonde dude that looked intimidating. Yeah, he looked intimidating, but never really amounted to much there. And then he jumped to AEW. I'm like, all right, okay, we'll see what happens.
That's all that stayed. He looks intimidating.
Harlan. Thank you, Reggie's Harlan. What's going on, Kenny? I didn't think you'd be able to make it today.
Right.
Man, I ran out of fucking work like you wouldn't believe. I told my boss there was an emergency at home. I said, oh, my bathroom is flooded.
Well, we're talking these AEW releases that we heard last night.
Oh.
Weird, just because AEW doesn't normally do this as far as like doing mass cuts. That's kind of like they've always been the company
Getting on
that
the WWE kid.
well, you know, it's always been the pro worker spot, and it's one of those things that people were kind of shocked by. None of these names are people that we've seen a lot of in the past few years, like a ton of, one or two.
First of all,
but like
Parker Bordeaux, AEW forgot that he was on their fucking roster until his birthday last week when they wished him happy fucking birthday, and then they fired his ass the next week. Like, if I was Parker, I'd be pissed.
Didn't he show? He showed up in either AAA or CMLL recently.
CMLL. No, I'm sorry,
right.
AAA. He showed up in AAA. You're right. It was AAA. But regardless, like, they forgot his ass was on the roster. Then somebody went, "Oh shit, it's Parker's birthday. Happy birthday, Parker." Oh yeah, let's fire his ass. He ain't been around.
Happy birthday, fired day.
Right.
Had to just wrap it up. Is this AEW's first mass release? I think it is. I'd have to go back and look. I don't normally, they, like Matt was saying, they normally let the contract expire and you just don't get re-signed. Either that deal either gets signed before the expiration date, or it's just we opt to not renew it. Good luck with your business. But so we got rid of Parker Boudreaux. Stu Grayson, who just came back like last year? He got fired, got released last year, and then came back.
He hasn't been back a full year. It's been only a couple of months because he was on TNA.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so Stu gone, came back just to get fired. Which is, I guess Stu's kind of shocking because like they've always been, they've like the Dark Order, but the Dark Order hasn't really done much. I think maybe they're in Ring of Honor. Like we don't really watch Ring of Honor much, so I don't know what's going on in Ring of Honor. If maybe the Dark Order's there, they're not on TV on AEW much at all.
Yeah, and I don't even. They gave them control of the Elite channel, and I don't watch. I haven't watched. I've stopped watching the Elite, being the Elite. So I'm definitely not going to watch being the Dark Order.
But let's run to the full list here. It's Slim J, who I think I saw.
What is a Slim J?
I don't even know.
Slim J. Wait, a Slim J is not what I roll when I'm low on weed.
I mean, that is that, yes, but also, do you remember? I don't know if you were watching or not. Do you remember when Jesse and Festus were a thing?
Yeah.
And then they split. And so they had Terry Gordy's kid, who was Jesse, start hanging out with Crime Time, and he became Slam Master J.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this is just like it essentially was a ripoff of that, more or less.
Oh wow!
Random person, we're gonna call you Slim J, white dude. He looked like
Malibu's Most Wanted. When I saw him, I was like, Malibu's Most Wanted, and I've still never seen the dude.
I saw like he showed up with Parker in a group when Parker first, because like Parker was a part of like 5 different groups that never really went anywhere.
Right.
Parker was a part of Swerve's group.
Yes, Parker, and I think Slim J might have also maybe shown up there. Also, the guy, because Parker showed up there with a random person covered in tats that we only saw like one other time, and he's not there anymore. Like the original Swerve's, whatever Swerve's group was then, they're all gone.
Yeah.
So
why do I feel like one of the members of OTM was in that group?
That's that's possible. We also saw Anthony Henry released. Anthony Henry has been getting a lot of TV time lately on Collision. Him and JD Drake are known as the Workhorsemen. Drake and Henry were both got their first big like pay-per-view, big TV.
Did they just come out with a T-shirt?
They did because they're kind of starting to get over a little bit with like certain fans, but like they hit their big moment when the WWE Network hosted the Evolve 10th anniversary show.
Oh, okay.
I think fought Arturo Ruas. Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Like Like,
what you call his ex-husband?
Yeah. Some like, and then JD Drake is the guy that fought the Austin Theory in the main event to unify the Evolve and whatever other belt they had together.
And so, that's what got Austin Theory put on.
Yeah. And I remember watching, like, God damn, like this JD Drake, guys, he's not bad for like a real like chunky, like he's pretty good. And Anthony Henry's comes from my neck of the woods. He's from Augusta, Georgia.
Okay.
So
wait, JD Drake is the fat dude that looks like you with gray hair, right?
Yes, that's
okay.
Him. Yes.
Okay.
Anthony Henry comes from where I live. JD Drake is my twin. That's exactly what. Yes. Okay. Anthony Henry was in WWE for a little while on 205 Live. I can't remember for the life of me what the name was that he was under, but yeah, he was like at that point they had like 3 or 4 like MMA guys in there, and I think his last match he got his ass whooped by Grayson Waller, and then that was it.
JD Drake was just on this Saturday.
Yeah, they've been having matches. That's what I'm saying. Like, of all of the names on here, I think it's Anthony Henry and Gravity have been on TV recently.
Gravity was Drake on last week.
Yeah, JD Drake's still there. Gravity was like, they brought him in and like, oh, you'll be amazed at what he can do on the ropes. And to be fit, Asher Hale. Thank you, Reggie. Asher Hale was the name that Henry went by in 205 Live.
Okay.
Gravity, you know, they're like, oh, he's great on the ropes. He's kind of like Grand Metalik as far as like, how the hell is he doing this shit? But he didn't have really anything much else to do aside from that. That was just kind of his thing. But they kept showing him, and we're like, all right, he's probably going to be featured a lot more. And then he's gone. He's
That's crazy.
It's Jose the assistant, who, you know,
Ben needed to go.
Yeah, he hasn't been there for a while. George Joel, who I really don't even know who that is. Dasha's gone.
Right. I was like, damn, y'all gonna really get rid of Dasha? I like looking at her. But okay.
Right, like how do you do that? Like
Dasha, I thought Dasha was all right in like the backstage interview role. You know, right. You gotta have a few of those, but I guess
Tony gotta retire at some point.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what happened with that mask cut. Tony came down off that 8-ball and said, "Who the fuck is that? How did he get here? Oh no, we got to fire some people." That's what I'm thinking.
No, you know what? You brought that up. Those releases, they just out of nowhere happened after CM Punk said something. So that's probably him and his feelings.
That is the thing that like that did happen right when CM Punk was like, he wants to be friends with everybody. He didn't want to be a boss.
I'll show him. I'll fire these 10 people. Like, you still got like
800 people on your roster.
You still got like 40 more people you need to be firing because you can let Miro out of his contract.
George Joel looks like a jacked what's the guy in LWO? Not Raul, but the other one.
Joaquin
Wild. He looks like a jacked Joaquin Wild.
The non-Latino, as what you call it,
the Filipino.
The non-Latino.
Michael Cole was like, he is Filipino. I was like, that's not Latino.
That's not just because Filipino people speak Spanish doesn't mean they're Spanish. Like,
so
I got one thing to say. Mongo, you brought up CM Punk, and I want to get this before I forget. I read something recently that one of the makeup girls from AEW said something about the encounter between Punk and Jack Perry. She said Punk went to put an MMA style chokehold on Jack Perry, but failed so completely that Perry slipped out, and that's when they got separated.
I would need to see the source on that one, because I think literally every other thing has been he was choking Jack and then they got him separated. So I'm gonna need you to send me that just to see what that's about, because that would be funny, because that just leads into the fact that Punk is just not. I would need to see that link, but I wouldn't be shocked. So Slim J, Parker, Stu, Gravity, Anthony Henry, George Ole, Jose, Dasha, and then the last two, the boys.
Yeah,
they went and fired the boys.
I'm not shocked because that just tells me Dalton, he about to be gone too.
And my man Dalton got a bad back, yo. He needs the boys, bro.
One of the things that I do know about Ring of Honor is, aside from Athena's run, they Taya Valkyrie and Johnny Television.
Yeah, Johnny TV.
Yeah. Johnny TV. They've been feuding with Dalton, and they won the boys in a match.
And they now have fired them.
And Dalton, like, there's one segment where like Dalton was like walking around like he was walking around like Ron Burgundy after he got fired and he was drinking all that milk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where my boys? My boys. And Ty's just staring at him like, the boys don't need you anymore. The boys are getting manicures. The boys are being treated great. And
the boys are getting pink slips.
Now the boys are gone. It does suck to see them split, man. It ain't right.
Now they're going to show up randomly.
How is that going to work out for Dalton's character? Like, the boys are like officially like a part of the whole Peacock character scenario for him. Like, when you see Dalton, you think of the boys with the peacock feathers, you know, them being human stairs for him to get to the ring. You know, like it's a part of his. It's a part of his character. So like, how do
I don't know what. That's why I just said that just tells me that Dalton is probably. He's probably about to finish up himself. Like, yeah, a lot of these people are. Who are these people? Why? It ain't like the releases. They're just like random WWE releases almost. None of them make sense.
The only thing with WWE is at least we know everybody that's getting cut. That's the one thing with WWE. At least we know. That shows you that AEW has done a poor job as far as getting their talent on screen and getting enough storylines. Like Matt, you said it from day one. They signed way too many people. But they signed too many people for the little bit of shows that they have. So you have no choice but to get rid of these people. Like, no choice. When you got wrestling fans who pretty much watch all promotions saying exactly what Batty is saying, then that's the problem. That's the problem.
Who are these people? In the words of Patrick.
I'm looking for that tweet.
Like,
I don't see it anywhere, so she might have deleted it.
She probably did.
So I don't know. I think we're gonna say that probably not, but it would. I believe in it. I would like it to be true because it's very funny. If that's just because
I saw his UFC match. So I believe that shit 500%.
Well, I think that's the thing is like you can say that because like that sounds incredibly believable. That's one of the things like, yeah, that probably happened. Right now we're gonna say probably not, but I want it to be true. I would love for it to be real. I need to see some footage.
I saw his UFC matches, so I'm going by what I saw, and I'm 500% going with what she said.
But yeah, so those are the releases. Again, nothing really shocking. It's just like I personally am a big Anthony Henry fan, so I hate that for him. The boys, that sucks because like without the boys, Dalton, like that's a package deal.
Yeah,
Dalton's probably gonna be gone soon, I guess.
Yep.
And then Gravity, just because like they were pushing the shit out of Gravity a little while, is like a really good jobber.
Right, they were pushing him as like the Sin Cara of AEW. Like that's how they were pushing him, you know?
Yeah, just like he's not gonna win, but he's gonna do some cool shit.
Right.
So, but not as far as like none of these people are like major draws, so it's understandable.
But are the mass layoffs coming with the price of them getting 2 new people? Because I've also read that word within TNA is that Motor City Machine Guns are more than likely headed to AEW.
I wouldn't be shocked if they were. I wouldn't be shocked if I'm well. Sorry, as far as Motor City Machine Guns go, as far as the releases go, that's just fucking corporate 101. Just hey, let's make our numbers look good. Fire X amount of people. Like that's just that is any general idea of villainy in the corporate world. So that could, like that could be it, and it's pretty fucked up if that's the case. It could just be that hey, Tony wants to make numbers look good for somebody. Either way, sucks.
Oh, Mongo, you want to tell the folks in podcast land that I'm right about something? About a certain speech that's going to be happening? You want to let the people know I was right? Yeah, I need to hear those words out of your mouth. I need to hear those words come from you.
Hold it, relax. We'll get to it when we cover Raw. We'll get to it. We're going to talk about it. Jesus. We got 40 minutes left. Calm down. Before we get to Raw, another thing came up last night, which was another report regarding the Vince McMahon case. So, according to this lawsuit against a new report based on Janelle Grant's sex trafficking lawsuit, she, according to her lawyer, was coerced, forced into writing a love letter to him, and they have the love letter as evidence. It's a 6-page, 2,200-word document. It was written 18 months after one of the more shocking allegations in her suit, according to this report, about Vince McMahon. Jesus Christ. About Vince defecating on her.
Oh my goodness.
This is a year and a half after that moment.
I wonder if the letter said, "Hey Vince."
Bang, bang, bang.
I doubt it.
I'm gonna have to take away your admin rights. Like at a certain point,
never.
I'm just gonna. It might happen tonight. Yeah. So those are the
6 pages. That's what I was like. 6 pages. Damn. I don't even want to write. I didn't want to write that when I was in college.
Know it was 6
Ain't
pages.
nothing I love. Ain't nobody I love that much. Not no 6 pages.
A 6-page love letter. A 6-page love letter. You're apologizing for a lot of shit that you did in the past, and that's not even a love letter at that point. That's a will you take me back type of letter. Like 6-page love letter.
Do they have the letter available?
Mongo, you know what I said in the chat? I said maybe 50-50 on that. I'm thinking it was a normal.
Well, let me finish before we start doing that. Let me finish.
All right.
Grant's attorney, Ann Callis, told New York Post that the letter was written on instructions from Vince McMahon, stating, quote, frankly, it's pretty disgusting that Vince's weeks late attempt to defend his horrendous behavior he claims to this day never happened, is to try to showcase letters that Vince himself coerced her to write. His psychological torture for continues, as is typical of abusive predators who respond to women speaking out with increased threats. While Janelle isn't a stranger to this intimidation tactic, this is a new low even for him. So that's the quote from the lawyer. The reason that this has become a federal case is because there are multiple counts of these things being piled up with evidence backing them. So it's tough to not even like. You would think, yeah, he probably did. Like that wouldn't shock me. Like that is not even the worst thing of all of the stuff named in the suit. So it wouldn't surprise me if that's what happened.
Like I said in the chat, at first I was like, okay, I'm 50-50 on believing that because depending upon, remember, this particular person never said anything because of the NDA that they had disclosed, correct?
Until the NDA was not fulfilled. Until it was not fulfilled. It was not fulfilled on Vince's side, and also someone leaked her name.
Right. So part of me, only because I've seen how things can go in the corporate world where someone who is young and ambitious that wants to move up and has the chance to be up by the most highest power of the business would claim their love if there was a sexual relationship going on with them. I can definitely see that. But we're also talking about Vince McMahon, someone who loves to stroke their own ego. So I can definitely see him coercing her into writing that. So that's why I said at first I was 50-50 on it, but then a 6-page letter, oh no, Vince made her do that shit. Like I'm like it's shit. Like it's no longer 50-50. Yo, Vince did that. Like a 6-page?
Yeah, 6 pages. Also, this makes it even worse. I didn't see this until now. Another spokesperson for Grant provided the post with a text message exchange 3 days before the email, in which she informs McMahon that she had surgery on her finger and laments, "How will I write your letter? I can type it and read it, or try to write it in a couple days. And I'm so sorry if I mess this up. I want you to have a nice letter." Sad face. The fact that the letter shows it was the 24th draft speaks volumes, says attorney Jessica Taub Rosenberg.
She kept all 23 the other drafts?
No, it's just it showed in the doc, like it'll show that you're on this draft. It'll show you've like rewritten it this many times. So it's I don't know. Rosenberg is the attorney that is, I believe, is on the side of Vince. And they say that no one coerced Ms. Grant to write that letter. She wrote it of her own accord. That's when she says the thing about the 24th draft. Nowhere in her voluminous complaint that is replete with fabrications does she mention being coerced into such behavior. The language of the letter is consistent with other communications she made to McMahon over the course of their consensual relationship. So another thing for them to go back and forth on, but like her saying like, well, you didn't mention that part. It's like, well, yeah, she was busy mentioning the various acts of sexual assault.
Right. Like,
I'm sorry if she forgot the letter.
I'm sorry she forgot the letter. That she was too busy getting the shit out of her eye, you know, she couldn't see where it was. Like 6 pages? I'm still stuck on that. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's more than what I used to read for book reports.
Yeah, shit. Well,
I honestly was like the number of pages, but then as soon as you said like, oh, Vince could have coerced her to say that, and I'm like, yeah, because after a while, there's only so much you can say. So it's like, yeah, Vince is just basically she's just being a stenographer for Vince. Yeah. At some point, at that letter, it's just like Vince is stroking his ego.
Like I said, like I could definitely see, because you know, stroking the ego, you want to hear these words, so you're gonna make someone tell you these words.
And like they said, this is just a desperate attempt on Vince that's weeks late trying to defend himself. Like, bro, you are so guilty.
Yeah, it's it's just another God damn it. All right. What's next? How much worse is this gonna get? And
just when we said everything was okay.
Yeah, we're in Mania weekend. We're like, all right, nothing crazy is gonna happen. Oh, more details came out about the Vince case. Awesome, cool, great.
Thanks a lot.
But it's his fault. So if anyone's gonna be upset, be mad at Vince for being a piece of shit that he is, and there you go. That covers the most important stuff from yesterday. Let's talk about Raw.
Yes.
It starts off with The Rock introducing the Bloodline. They're interrupted by Seth, who challenges The Rock or Roman to a match, which the crowd is all excited about. Oh shit! We're gonna get Rock and Seth. And Rock says, "I'm not gonna fight you. The Tribal Chief's not gonna fight you, but there's always a plan B." And then Solo steps up, and you can hear the cheers slowly morphing into
Come on now. I thought I was going to get The Rock wrestling on free TV in 2024. No, this ain't 1999. This ain't even 2003. And if you thought you were going to get Roman, this ain't even 2020. You're not getting, this ain't 2021. You ain't getting no Roman on your TV, on free TV. Roman is an attraction now. So,
I was surprised that Seth came through the crowd, considering the fact people done came through the crowd on Seth ass at the Barclays. Like, you still want to come through the crowd in this location? Like,
oh yeah, that was that's the night that guy jumped over the barricade and tackled him. Yeah.
I was there.
I love this episode, to be honest. Yeah, it was a great episode. It was a really great episode.
It was a decent episode. It was how a go home episode should be. Like, we didn't need it to be like, oh my god, didn't need all that.
But we had some good moments. So Steph gets his match with Solo, and then The Rock says, "It's not going to be just any match. It's going to be a Bloodline rules match." So my question is, what is a Bloodline rules match?
That's why I said it on Twitter. Like, I'm glad y'all are going to show us what the hell a Bloodline rules match is. Essentially telling us
they did not tell us
what win on Saturday.
What I saw was just a normal ass no DQ match. That's what I saw.
That's what I figured it was.
But you gotta set they didn't even say it's a Bloodline rules, meaning there are no rules. I assume Bloodline rules means the Bloodline can interfere and nobody else can. That was my guess for it.
This is what I got it as. Bloodline rules is literally it's I'm pretty sure one of the old Mortal Kombats had it like a little, as soon as you did something, the guy would shake the board or something to do something different. I don't know if it was some video game like that. It was something with Mortal Kombat, but it's basically The Rock playing God. Since he's the final boss, Bloodline rules. Oh, you thought you won? Psych. This is being added. Oh, you thought
you can't pin Roman. You have to beat him. He has to submit. Well, by submit, I mean he has to say that he quits. Also,
it's basically being like a little kid. Oh, I'm changing the rules now. We're not doing it that way.
Right.
No.
But so throughout the show, I'm like, are they going to mention what the rules are in this match? And we get to the match, and they just never mention what the rules are, and they just start beating the shit out of each other. Guess we're just going to learn as we go. We're going to learn as we go.
The Bloodline rules are any damn thing can happen.
The Bloodline rules are Bloodline rules. You drool. It's real kid.
We all know it's essentially going to be another version of no DQ. Everything
street fight,
hardcore match,
a Philadelphia street fight.
Yeah, that is essentially
full metal mayhem or whatever the fuck. Boston, whatever. It's all the same shit. We got DIY New Day versus Judgment Day. It was
Damian Priest came in and whipped everybody's ass badly. He came in he came in and was like, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. He kicked the monkey hell out of Ciampa in the chest, kicked his ass halfway across the ring. I'm like, well, damn.
It wasn't even the long match. Like, I don't even know if it might have gotten like one. No, because they had no commercials during this. So they didn't even have a break. It like JD and Dom got beat up for like 2 minutes. And then Priest tagged in and beat the shit out of 4 people by himself.
That's a way to reestablish him as Mr. Money in the Bank, as far as I'm concerned.
Like, I went in the NWO chat and said, Priest just beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, but also,
I already know. I'm like, I already know they losing. The best thing they told me in that match, because I think I was cooking dinner or something when I missed all that. Or I was watching LSU and IO. That's probably what I was doing.
Because it didn't last more than 4 minutes.
Right.
It really didn't.
The biggest thing I found out was I thought the ladder match would be for both titles, like just together, unified.
Oh,
no.
Yes.
You gotta pull one. You pull one set down, you are the Raw champions. You pull another set down, you are the SmackDown champions. So I was like, all right. When Greg put that in the chat, so that was it. I hate it low key, but hey, you are splitting the titles. This is how you're gonna split the titles. Thank you for getting it over with.
Which is a good way to do it.
I'm glad
the devil's in my fists. What the hell is that from?
Michael, and I love the fact that Michael Cole kept reiterating that throughout the entire night when they brought up that match. The match continues until both sets of titles have been brought down.
Yeah.
They've already remade the new tag belts. Whatever that's getting replaced, the new ones are black straps.
They turn the cruiserweight tag titles into whatever they're going to use now, because that shit's been sitting in storage for like 4 years.
Oh yeah, they
made that shit for no reason. Yeah. So Priest, just beat the shit out of people. He did have a chance to cash in on Seth again, and I saw people getting upset about this, and I kind of agree with it. Damian Priest is the most non-cashing in Money in the Bank winner I've ever seen. I've never seen a holder not cash in this much. It's ridiculous.
Especially coming when you're thinking about Big E and the way Big E did it. Like even motherfucker all day long.
Big E said, I'm gonna cash in tonight, and he sat out there getting his feet rubbed or in that little like jacuzzi thing. He was eating on camera, like, I'm just happening. I'm coming. Like, Priest has what? He's tried to cash in twice.
He tried to cash in twice, and then Seth got hurt.
That's the only thing that's like, maybe it's this. It's either that or like he knows if he does this, A, he's interfering in bloodline business. B, Drew is going to beat the shit out of him before he can finish. But it's like
that yarn out of his head.
He's playing right now. He's learning how to play his role. But for the longest, it's like, dude, just you would see Seth sitting there. Then Seth said, then he came out with the excuse that was legit as far as I was concerned. I can't cash in on somebody that's not medically cleared. I was like, oh, you know what? I'll shut up. But then Seth announced when he was coming back.
He's clear.
Wrestling all these times, been getting his ass beat, literally whipped last night.
Literally whipped.
He ain't coming out. And that's the perfect point, because at the same time, hey, I could come out here and cash in, but I ain't trying to mess with the final boss. So yeah, I'll just stay here, which I'm pretty sure he'll probably try at WrestleMania. Will he succeed?
Priest said that man got on a cowskin vest. I'm not fucking with him.
Yeah. Rock really kept all his shit from like 20 plus years ago. It was like, I'm just gonna wear this. Just gonna keep bringing this shit back. Next up we had Sami Zayn against Bronson Reed, number 2. And before that, we got to see the Rocky vignette. We got to see Gable training Zayn, and then like Gable waits for Zayn to be done with all those other people in the ring, and then he chokes him. He's choking them. And taps out. What'd you do that for?
And then Gable
They train together, they work hard, and it shows like Sammy on the Stairmaster and all those other things. And like, all right, that's cool. And then Sammy he still gets his ass whooped by Bronze for most of this match. He is getting slammed. He's getting caught out of the air and planted.
And then Gunther said, "I'm Drago now," and Gable is about to beat Apollo.
Yes, so he avoids the tsunami, and as he's going for the haluva kick, Gunther comes out dragging Gable by one, basically by a toe, just like. If he dies, he dies.
Come over and tries to stop it,
and got his ass whooped.
He got his ass clubbered laned.
And you know what?
He got his ass.
That match is still going because they never rang the bell. So,
that's why I love last night, because all those matches, everything, no contest. Except for Judgment Day. We got points.
Judgment Day like Ricochet. Ricochet got some points.
Right.
Nobody even owns Ricochet right now.
Nope.
And the bullshit, that was a hell of a goddamn match. Him and Ivar.
Oh yeah. No, they killed it. Ivar doing the springboard crossbody was
him catching Ivar. I said, oh
shit.
Oh my goodness! Look at him.
Then he tried to do the Steiner self pile driver slam and almost broke his neck.
Right.
Then he hit the 630, which was clean.
Unbelievable.
Clean. No, they tore it up. I love Ricochet and Ivar getting all this love in the past like 3 months. It's been cool.
Yeah.
Judgment Day is backstage after that match, and Dirty.
He gotta lift Samantha cheeks. He had to go to the gym. That's how he got strong. Your man got strong for home life purposes, and it just trickled over to the ring. That's what that happened.
Backstage, Dirty Dom is talking to Judgment Day, and Priest is like, Ricochet shouldn't be a problem anymore. We gotta handle our business. And Dom, who has already been in trouble because he invited Legado del Fantasma into their locker room without them knowing.
It's like a damn 2K cutscene.
It was because Dom is in 2K24 like heavily. I played it recently. I was playing it over the weekend, and if you get Dom to help you, if you like side with him and turn heel, he'll say like, "Yeah, I got an idea. We're gonna tase him," and you say, "What do you mean? How are you going to get a taser? Doesn't matter. Prison rules." And he runs off, and he'll run back in with a taser. Prison rules, and he'll like try to tase somebody. And he says it like in Billy Madison when they're like Adoya rules, but it's him saying prison rules.
Oh my god! What the hell, 2K?
Dom got his nuts tased by Kane. It was a really wild. It's a wild moment. But yeah, so Dom invites Legado to the crib, and they start playing darts, and then they come back, and Priest is talking to Dom like, "Did you let them use my darts?" And Dom says, "I told him not to, but like,
right."
He kind of got bitched out by Santos Escobar. Andrade comes up and he says, I got someone to handle Ricochet for us. Andrade walks in and he looks at Priest and they go, tranquilo. And then they just kind of, him and Priest are apparently cool. I guess they're okay now.
I don't know what's going on with them. Like, first of all, where did the beef start from? Like, why y'all two beefing with each other? Like,
I don't
what
know.
happened? Like, they was
for some reason.
Was there a feud in NXT that we forgot about?
No, by the time Priest showed up, Andrade was already on the main roster.
Right.
Like what's the beef?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if anything, it's definitely telling us that Judgment Day is on its final days.
Yeah, it's
over. He's about to be like, show again.
Dom's causing trouble with like 5 different things. Like he's pissing off Rhea Ripley. He's pissing off Damian. He's pissing off JD and Finn. He's pissing off Santos and his crew because they can't use the right darts. He's pissing off Andrade because he asked Andrade to handle his business. And Andrade says, "You want me to handle your business?" Goes, "I would like for you to handle my business." And Andrade's okay. All right. Okay. See. Okay. So I guess we're gonna get Andrade and Ricochet fighting each other in the Andre Battle Royal on Friday. The WrestleMania Smack.
I don't know.
Nah,
like this.
If that ends up on the pre-show,
it might.
If that ends up on the Mania pre-show and not the Battle Royal, bro, they
haven't had a match on a pre-show in like a very long time. So
and the bad part, they're doing pre-shows both nights now. They're doing a show
2 hours, 2-hour pre-shows for both nights. Also, an hour and a half pre-show for NXT Stand and Deliver, and none of the pre-shows have matches. What the fuck is the point? Like y'all can't like be that entertaining without wrestling for 2 hours.
Not even the last
nothing.
Like remember before there used to be a lot of talking, but midway through it, they would throw
you like a 6-man tag, or you get
right. Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Nothing.
Oh my.
Yeah. And I gotta watch the whole fucking thing for work, so it's really gonna be. Yeah, I gotta be ready to work at 11 a.m. because that's when it starts. So yeah, it's Dom's gonna ruin the Judgment Day. Rhea says Becky's here. We need to go out there and handle business. Becky shows up first, wants a fight. They're gonna scrap. And then Scrap Daddy Pierce comes out and says no scrapping, which is bullshit because he's Scrap Daddy.
Scrapping.
He's Scrap Daddy, therefore there be scraps. But apparently not tonight. We're not going to do Becky fighting Rhea, even though they set it up earlier in the day with the Helwani interview.
Right.
But they did scrap. They did end up scrapping.
What kind of security? What kind of security
Awful
security.
This?
That
also,
Rhea just bust through the line like she was Lashley.
Well, she's a fucking linebacker, Kenny. I mean, Jesus. Like, have you seen her? She's huge. She's built. She's built like a statue.
I mean, but we all know more than half of those security guards is people that sell Level Up.
Half of those security guards were the guys that Trent Williams whooped last week.
Right.
Well, I thought was funny was like Pierce was like, Rhea, no, Rhea. Like he's a finger up, like, no, bad Rhea, no, bad. And she was like, okay. And then she grabs her belt and throws it at Pierce. And
you hear it hit the mic and everything, and him going, "Oh shit!"
I was running the shares and the live coverage for Sports Kitty yesterday, and I was like, I haven't seen someone throw a championship belt like that since Charlotte. So yeah, throws it at Pierce, rushes through 6 people, and then Pat McAfee comes.
She kicked.
She did
the shit out of him with that boot.
He
deserved I could see why he fell. He wasn't expecting the full frontal Chuck Norris. Huh! He was not expecting that.
Got hit with a huzzah! Just like, well, that was really fun. Was afterwards, Pat McAfee's like doing the paddleizer shit, and he goes, Rhea runs through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Like, Pat, there were 6 people there. What do you mean 15? How concussed are you?
This is why we need Pat on commentary at all.
He did the same thing for Ricochet's 630. He pauses it, and then he's like, you can see Ricochet looking down at Ivar in the air, realizing, oh, need another spin. Oh, also, like it's something Ricochet decided mid-air, oh, not enough spin. It's so stupid. It does. To be fair, it does. 15 sounds better than 6.
It does. It does.
Other stuff happens, but like the main thing that we need to get to is the bloodline match. Seth gets his ass whooped by Solo for like 10 minutes.
And then gets his ass whipped some more.
Literally.
Gets his ass
Literally
gets his ass whipped.
Before that, though,
I'm not taking that spot.
Before that match, he's like, there's always a plan B. And then he's walking forward and he sees Drew, and Drew is still wearing a kilt, is sitting on a production cart with his legs
like
up.
This. Posing, boy.
You saw my tweet. I was like, drumming like one of your French girls.
Right.
Like how, remember that episode when Peter Griffin looked at that construction worker?
Oh,
I must
draw you. He was giving Seth a full frontal. Showed him the whole Claymore. And Seth says, I ain't dead yet. And he walks off and Drew screams, yet. Drew also gave a eulogy, a eugoogly, according to Zoolander, regarding CM Punk and Seth Rollins. And he's like, look in my eyes, what do you see? There's no match for Punk in Philly. And then he talked about Seth just being an idiot and not focusing on him, and he's going to put that title reign to rest, which is probably what's going to happen.
What happened?
Yeah,
hopefully.
fingers crossed. I'd rather. I want to see that more than I want to see Cody beat Roman. Like I want to see Drew get that. Also, the official poster's been revealed for their Clash in the Castle. Guess who's on that shit? Drew. So guess who probably re-signed? Drew. Jay Cargo's also on it, which I think is interesting. So Seth gets his ass whooped for 10 minutes, manages to put Solo through a table, almost blows his leg out doing the sunset flip bomb like he did with Kane. And then as he goes to, I guess as he was going to pin Solo, because again, was there even a ref out there?
I don't remember it being one.
I think there were pinfalls, but I don't remember seeing a ref.
Like the ref kind of hid until somebody was like ready to pin somebody. You're just in the corner like
fight.
Just let them go. Jimmy shows up, super kicks him, and then we get a close up of Jimmy's face when Jay's music hits, and you see Jimmy's just like, okay, all right.
Between those
Calm
two,
down.
Their facial expressions, because it's like, he's like, come on, I've been waiting on you.
And then Jay whooped his ass.
Right.
And then they brought her to the back, and then Jay
comes flying out of the.
Have y'all seen that clip of Batista and Mark Henry, where Mark Henry like shakes the ropes and Batista goes and throws himself backwards? That's what Jay did last night. And The Rock just launched the shit out of Jay. Shows up to attack Seth, and then Seth smiles because Plan B has arrived. We got Cody Rhodes.
Here's the thing. Hold on. I don't know if you noticed though, The Rock didn't beat up Jay the way that he whipped everybody else's ass. He gave him like two punches. It was like, get your ass in the back before I tell your mother. Like
Jay got off real light.
Right, he really hit him like a big cousin. Get your ass in the back before I tell your mother you was out here doing this stupid shit. What I tell you? Like that's exactly how he treated him. Like, get on gone, boy.
This life ain't for you, Jay. It's not for you.
Right. I just enjoy hearing The Rock say boy, so yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, boy. Come on, boy. What you say now, boy?
He says boy like there's an extra A in there somewhere, but I can't figure out where to place it. Boy! The Rock hitting women with a belt and collar.
Like, see, like I think it was Seahawk who said it last night. Like Rock says, he says boy with some strong massa in it.
Boy.
Set up, boy.
Come here, boy.
What I tell you, boy? Belt, and it's like, oh my goodness, The Rock has turned. He just goes diabolical.
Y'all
he
ain't.
gets that belt in his hand.
Y'all ain't right.
They held Cody to that rope, and all you heard was, "Hey, Cody."
And him just, and that boy. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Your name is Cody. Star. Your name is Cody.
Cody.
He kept whipping Seth. And Seth can't scream because of how his voice is. So he got whipped. And he goes, ah!
He just sounds like he's revving up.
Cartman. That screaming sounds like Cartman. Like, oh,
some of the Twitter gave Seth, they're like Waluigi. They said Waluigi cried. I was like, oh.
Nah. Rock hit Cody that first time, and that shit wrapped around his back and caught him in the chest. Cody didn't even make a sound. That's how you know that shit hurt. He just made a face. He hit that shit. Cody said.
So it was like,
that's because it caught his ass right in the nipple.
Cody loves
that's got a good spot to get hit.
Cody loves. I was like, yeah, Cody loved getting the shit beat out of him. He having them AEW flashbacks.
Quick! Someone light a table on fire.
Coming, one more way. Boy, yo, that shit was fucking
I wanted
hilarious.
The Rock to hit Seth and go say Moana boy. Oh my god!
Oh yeah! Shout out to Uncle Rock for making these babies cry.
Yo, that was the most hilarious part.
I forgot. I rushed right past that shit. I am so sorry. Holy shit! He showed TikToks of these little kids like, Cody, and Rock goes, you know what? That broke The Rock's heart.
That hurt Uncle Rock.
You know, The Rock is a girl daddy. The Rock got 3 girls. But these kids gotta know sometimes gotta handle some business.
No, he said a man's gotta do
what a man's gotta
do. Pretty
much so good. It's so good.
Fuck them kids and fuck your hero.
Bro, it was so good. Oh my god. He beat the shit out of them. They were ending that show, and it shows like Roman holding the title and The Rock holding the belt, and the camera panned just enough so you can see those welts starting to show up on Cody and Seth's backs. And that might be there by this weekend.
It better be. Because that boy got whipped like he missed a whole section of the plantation. Like you're supposed to pick that section over there. What I tell you? They're gonna look
like a real tag team. They're gonna be matching.
Matching belts. Because they ain't about to have matching belts.
You know The Rock is loving the shit out of this run. This has got to be the funnest he's had in a while. Definitely more fun than the Cena shit. Like that was
final bosses.
This man is enjoying himself.
He's working with his family. Of course, he's having fun.
All right, let's quickly get in through NXT because we're over an hour now, and I got to work in about 30 minutes. So it's the go home show before Stand and Deliver. So right now, officially, we got Lexis King versus Von Wagner.
Oh, good.
Poor Von gonna lose again.
Damn.
Again.
It's already no longer like sure. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Obafemi is gonna take on Joe Gacy.
Gacy gonna die.
Yeah.
Either that or someone gonna interfere.
We're gonna get
Gacy's
Carmen Petrovic. We're gonna get Carmen Petrovic with Natalia on her side.
Oh my
versus Lola Vice.
Hey.
Blair Davenport versus Sol Ruka Fallon Henley versus JC Jane.
It's a very female heavy show. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of their like go home shows before their big specials tend to be. And I don't know why that is, but it works. It gives them a chance to show people off. So
right.
We got Super Sessions. What?
Hold on. I'll tell you why. Because NXT is smart. They realize, hey, we only have really one championship belt for the women. So we're going to make that one match something really big. But we want our other female competitors to know that they mean something to us too. So we're going to put you, pretty much all of you guys on this go home show. So you all get some burn. So everybody knows who the hell you are. So when we start a feud with one of you, from the winner of whoever's going to be at this pay-per-view, then it won't be a fucking surprise.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking, because
makes sense.
Because honestly, most NXT pay-per-views, they literally are only showing championship matches, except for like main attractions like the Trick and Mellow. Most of NXT pay-per-views, all the matches have a belt on the line, pretty much.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, like only one match really doesn't have a belt in this Trick and Mellow.
Right.
So
that's because that's just the biggest match of the past like 3 years in that brand. We got the number one contenders match for the number one contenders qualifier match to see who faces the Wolf Dogs. It's Axiom and Frazier versus the OC versus the LWO in a triple threat. I feel like this match has been like changed so many times because I could have sworn it was a triple threat at Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
And then like 2 weeks ago, they're like, "Oh, the triple threat is the show before, and the winner of that faces the champions." Because we were like, "Why the fuck is Alpha Academy involved in this? Like, what if they won?" They was like, "If Alpha Academy wins, they'll be added to the title match." Like, well, why wouldn't they just be added to the
qualifier?
Yeah, like what? I don't know if they ever really knew what they were doing in that. I think it's really just like we got to figure out the way to get these belts off Braun without making him or Baron look too much like a bitch. So what are we gonna do?
Why didn't they just leave it as a triple threat? That way,
you could have somebody else take the pin. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's possible. They probably should have done that. And then Trick Williams and Mello have their final face-off. Looks like the triple threat tag match will kick off the show. Mello and Hayes obviously closes. And according to Fightful, Dijak is going to try to get involved at some point with Oba and Joe Gacy.
Oh, yeah. Ratio time.
My black son.
Did you see Dijak sent out another tweet last night? Because WWE showed a clip of The Rock beating the shit out of Cody and Seth, and he dropped an F-bomb. And Dijak says, "No, seriously, can we say fuck now? Can we say it? Can I say it?"
Yo, Dijak,
let me get the one F-bomb on NXT. Let me get one.
Yes, he
one time. He does.
It's just gonna happen when we get to Netflix.
Gotta hope so. But yeah, no, we
might get breast assists again out and from the crowd.
Oh, they ain't gonna do that.
You never know.
The Triple H comes out of retirement just to go. That was the goofiest shit. All right, I think that does it for today, folks. We'll be back tomorrow to talk AEW Dynamite. It's kind of like last week. It's a show. It's going to be an episode.
Right.
Nothing too serious happening on it.
You didn't tell me I was right.
Oh, you're right. Sorry about that. You're right again.
Yeah, that's too.
So, because I was going to talk about it, I realized I talked too much. So we saw Roman and Paul and The Rock in the back talking, and this is when we learned that Roman is going to induct Paul into the Hall of Fame.
Right.
They cut after that, and then when we come back, Michael Cole talks about, The Rock mentioned he's going to be inducting his grandmother, and I was like, motherfucker, because I told Kenny I didn't assume, Kenny. I flat out told you, no, she's going to be probably just going to be one of those legacy inductions.
Yeah,
it's not going to be a big thing. Like it really is. This is probably it. And they waited until the last Raw for me to have to fucking eat crow. Just
The Rock put it. I shared that in the chat. The Rock personally going to her grave and singing and said, "I will personally be inducting my grandma into the Hall of Fame."
That motherfucker is gonna that's gonna end up being the main inductee in the show. Son of a bitch. So yes, Kenny, you were correct, but you did also say CM Punk was correct a few weeks ago, so I feel like you were owed this. Like it just
I said
we had to fix your soul.
I said he was correct yesterday with the whole sugar thing.
That is true. You've been saying that. You've been saying that a few times lately.
Like, listen, common sense is common sense. I'm not that dumb. If someone makes a comment, someone makes a common sense comment, I'm gonna be like, okay, that makes sense. Can't say nothing about that.
But yes, Kenny, you were correct. I was wrong. We don't have a sound effect for that yet, but we probably will soon.
Bang bang bang.
Oh God! Just
folks, don't forget to follow us at Facebook.com. Follow us at Facebook.com/UnderTheRingPod and Twitch.tv/UnderTheRingPod. There you can also see us at our Linktree/UnderTheRingPod. You'll find our individual links. The man that's about to go work right now, give him those clicks. Greg Bush SK. Me, I like to take pictures and talk a little shit and retweet what my boy Greg likes to put out. So that way my man Greg still gets more clicks. Me, Rock Ribs 44. The teacher man, Mr. Fresh Beard, Mike Jones, the man with the bear in his hand, Mongo's forever rival, Matt, the right answer, Street Team Captain Tito, Boriel Maliente, and our local correspondent, Justin D. Backslid.
All right, folks, enjoy your Tuesday night. I know, we're still close to the beginning of the world. It's Mania week, baby.
Right.
Best week of the year for us.
And if you're going to Mania this weekend, be safe. Be safe. Be safe. Don't be
warm. Be warm.
It's gonna be
fucking
freezing. It's gonna be brick. Yeah. It's gonna be brick outside, and Philly ain't that nice of a place. Remember that.
Be good, y'all. Peace.